Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another awesome one, and in today's one we're gonna be talking about something that I guess a lot of people wanna know. Like, what would you be doing in this time? Do you feel like it's better to be a speculator, someone that's trading the financial markets, no matter whether it's Forex, whether it's indices, whether it's whatever stocks? Do you feel like it's better to be a speculator, or do you think a 9 to 5 will do in this time? So otherwise guys, what's good? Welcome. This is Tramayne, your FX Chasers mentor. And like I just explained to you guys, we're going to be having a little bit of a debate, kind of just comparing a 9 to 5 or having a typical 9 to 5 versus being a speculator. But now in addition, what I kind of want to call I kind of lost the track there. But what I kind of want to call to action or to the front line is basically what's been going on in the world right now. So we're basically seeing a lot going on. Like, I'm sure you guys know what's going on across the oceans with regards to Russia and Ukraine and all of that nice good stuff. Ultimately guys, we do know that all of that stuff is, first of all, politically motivated. And then obviously, second of all, guys, economy and money. Why do you guys think that all of the sanctions that have been placed around Russia had to do so specifically with the economy and how Russia is able to do business with countries and obviously businesses outside of Russia? That's because everything basically that's happening is motivated to some degree by money. To some degree by money. So ultimately we'll never know the reasons why things are going on, but obviously guys, 9 to 5 versus this whole thing of speculation. Now let's get into talking about like these 9 to 5. So basically, how can a 9 to 5 be beneficial? So first of all, obviously a 9 to 5 is beneficial in a sense that a 9 to 5 would give you kind of like security. We'll call it security. A 9 to 5 will give you security in a sense that you'll always be aware of, for example, how much you're going to get at the end of the month. You'll always be aware of the times of the day that you're not available or that you are available, or maybe some 9 to 5s are a little bit flexible or whatever the case is. But nonetheless, basically, guys, having a 9 to 5 gives you that security, that sense of mind, that peace of mind, that obviously the problems are in the hands of the boss. Your problems are just to get things done. The boss is then obviously going to pay and do all of those hundreds of things. Yeah, cool. But now getting down to actually what makes a difference between a 9 to 5 and someone that's speculating is that someone that's speculating doesn't have all of those, for example, that time commitment. Someone that's speculating doesn't have that time commitment, but someone that is speculating has the additional pressure of making decisions that determine whether or not that individual will make money or not. Like, if you're working a 9 to 5, you can definitely mess up. Your boss comes in and they say, hey, I want all of these orders done by the end of the business day. And if you don't do that, obviously you'll get a written warning or whatever the case is, or you'll get some sort of a repercussion. If you're working a proper legislated 9 to 5, you'll get some sort of a repercussion. But obviously you still are expecting something at the end of the month, regardless of how crappy your decision was. You're still expecting some sort of compensation at the end of the month. So hence that introduction of all of that security. And now on the other hand, with this whole with this whole speculation business, is that it's not guaranteed. And unfortunately, what we do, or what we try and do as traders, is we try and trade conditions that are conducive for our strategy, because we always know that market conditions are always changing. Every minute of the day, there is a different circumstance that is making market tick up or down than there was the previous minute. So at every point in time, the conditions of the market are always changing. And what we do as traders is maybe we can call it a top-down analysis or whatever the case is. But the whole process, or the whole purpose of us doing top-down analysis, is not only just so that we know, okay, we want to sell here. We want to sell first of all, we want to sell from this resistance second of all, and we're going to look for our candlestick confirmation at that resistance. That's not the reason why we're doing top-down analysis. The main reason is because top-down analysis helps us ensure that the environment that we are currently trading in is conducive for the system or the strategy that we are trading. So basically, by saying that I'm going to sell, that I'm going to look for a sell at resistance, and that I will find or trigger myself into the trade by looking for some sort of an indication at that resistance, that is us making sure that if we check these 3 boxes, then we are trading an environment that my system can produce results that I can expect the outcome of. And obviously, if we're not trading or we're not doing, or we don't have a system that kind of cuts out and weeds out information that's not necessary to us, then we don't have a guarantee that we're trading the same market conditions or the same environment. Point being is that the conditions are always changing, and we as traders do not have control over the conditions that the market is going through. So what that means for speculators, especially in a time like this, that kind of simply means that speculators don't have a guaranteed source of income, but obviously they do have other benefits like having your own time, doing this, doing that. But nonetheless, guys, speculators don't have the benefit of having a guaranteed sense of this will be my income at the end of the month, or this will be my income at the end of this period, whatever that period is. We don't know, because there is no guarantee that the markets will always be in a condition that my system best functions in, or that my system can produce profitable results in. There's no guarantee. So I guess it boils down to what do you want to do, and kind of, I guess it would boil down, or let me just be kind of frank with you, it boils down to, first of all, the resources that you have available, and second of all, the things that you want to do with those resources. Like, there is someone out there, for example, that has the resource of time. Yes, maybe they're working a 9-to-5, or yes, maybe they are a trader or a speculator, but they have the resource of time. Now, what they do with that resource of time then obviously makes the difference. Now, you have resources, and obviously whatever resources you have, those resources are then going to be dedicated to what you are passionate about. So it boils down to, do you think as someone that wants to be a speculator, or someone that is a speculator and wants to be in a 9-to-5, because maybe there is someone that is currently speculating, but it's tough, and now they want to start a 9-to-5. Now, point being, or the reason why I'm going through all of this, is that because the resources that you have, look at what you are passionate about, and then analyze the resources that you currently have available. Do those resources allow you to pursue your passions? If those resources do not allow you to pursue your passions, then at that point in time, you focus on gathering the resources, or using what other resources you have available to you to make your steps towards your passion. You might not have time as a resource if you're working a 9-to-5, but maybe your resource is money. And so you can use the resource of money to still get things done, to still move in the direction of your passion, whether that passion is to trade or to be a speculator, or maybe you're currently a speculator, you have the asset, or rather, let's just say you have the resource of time, but maybe you don't have the resource of money. And that's kind of what resource you want. And so you then obviously align your passions using the resources that you currently have available at your disposal to achieve those things that you want to achieve. Now, basically in life, and I mentioned this well, who was it to? Let me just recall. I think it was for the 3.0, we were having one of our morning live sessions, and we mentioned this, that guys, you can in life have absolutely anything that you desire. Anything you desire in life, you can have. But what is also true, and what we should also kind of add to this statement, is that you can have anything, but you can't have everything, because there are a limited amount of resources, and everyone has their own level of experience. If you guys think about what we do in our lives as growing up, being old, whatever, doing this, doing that, there are only two things that we're generally accumulating throughout our existence as human beings. We're accumulating, number one, experience. We're accumulating, number two, resources. Unfortunately, life is unfair that not everyone is born with the exact same resources, but everyone has some resource that will function, or rather that can function, to help them achieve whatever they want to achieve. So basically, you use experience and resources to achieve whatever you want to achieve. If you don't have the experience, then that should be your focus. Developing the experience, so that because experience can also be a resource, guys. Experience can be a resource. Like, you might not have the money, you might not have the time, but you might have the experience to be able to find someone with the money and the time and get the things done. So otherwise, guys, these are basically the two things that I kind of just wanted to point out, that there's a lot going on in the world, and obviously there's a lot of pros and cons with being or working a 9-to-5, and obviously being a market speculator being a market speculator of whatever type you choose to be. But what really matters is that when you do make the decision, number one, do you have the experience? Number two, do you have the resources? And number three, do you have the passion to pursue whatever it is, even if you don't have the resources or the experience? Because that passion that you have for whatever it is, whether it's you working a 9-to-5 or whether it's you being a speculator, that passion is the thing that's going to be able, or the passion is the thing that's going to drive you to be able to actually get things done. You don't have the experience, the passion will give you the drive to actually spend time, to actually lose money, to actually go through all of the emotions, feel the FOMO, feel whatever else market makes you feel, and still be dedicated to being what you want to be. Ultimately, guys, the ball is in your court and it is up to you what you decide to do. But I can definitely tell you from the side of being a speculator that it does come with its own benefits, it does come with its own downfalls. The side of being in a 9-to-5, it does come with its own pros, it does come with its own cons. What makes a difference is you choose your sacrifice. That's how every single person that has actually made it in life or has made it in some sort of a career or some whatever it is that they have, they chose their sacrifices. Because in all honesty, guys, it's difficult. The grass is always greener somewhere else. That's everyone's point of view. It is difficult. Whether you're in a 9-to-5, I can guarantee you don't like that 9-to-5. If you're a speculator and things are not working out for you, I can guarantee you that you wish you had a 9-to-5 so that you can supplement maybe not having or lacking the resource of money. Grass is always greener. But guys, you choose your sacrifices. Are you taking speculating, and are you willing to sacrifice your time? Are you willing to sacrifice your focus? Are you willing to sacrifice your money even? Because you might not have the money or the resource of money to spend the way you used to spend or to do the things you used to do. But are you willing to take that as your sacrifice to get what you want to get done? You want to be in a 9-to-5. Are you willing to sacrifice your time? Are you willing to sacrifice maybe your, what other resource? I don't know. Your safety of traveling to work every day. There's a lot of cons that come with 9-to-5. But are you willing to pick those things as your sacrifice to get what you want out of your existence? That's basically what it boils down to. So conclusion being, guys, I don't want to put you guys in any side and say be a speculator or go and have a 9-to-5. But what I more so want to do is bring your attention to the fact that you can decide that all you need to do is weigh out your experience, weigh out obviously your resources that you have, and then obviously find out, do you have the passion to use the time or to use the resources and the experience you have to get what you want? And that's about it, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed me kind of ranting on speaking about whatever we're speaking about, going into Russia, going into wherever, stocks are falling, this is happening, that's burning, everything's going wrong. But obviously, guys, us as market speculators, we have some sort of advantage, because whether the situation is conducive for your system or not conducive for your system, you still have the choice. You can still make a decision that can either benefit you or hurt you. You still do have that choice, even if you're a speculator. But in a 9-to-5, your choices are kind of little bit limited. But nonetheless, guys, definitely go and choose your sacrifices. This is Tramayne, your Forex Chasers mentor. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Definitely drop a like if you kind of did enjoy the content that was shared in today's video. And otherwise, if you have reached the end of today's video and you are not a subscriber as yet, guys, what are you doing? Definitely do subscribe to the channel. We love to see you guys. We love to see that you guys are receiving the value that we intend for you guys. Otherwise, this is Tramayne, your Forex Chasers mentor. We'll see you guys in the future videos, guys. Have a profitable week. Have a great week, guys. Cheers.